completely different. A few years ago, I was in church one Sunday morning, not this church, but another church we used to go to. And the preacher was talking about the story in the book of John about
I think I have enough battery.
Jesus
Do you want me to
walking
record
with his
it?
disciples' feet. And he's given some cultural background to the story. Of course, back then, nobody wore shoes, no wore
How many
sandals,
songs are
right?
you do?
You go walking around on dirt roads in sandals all day long, what happens? Your feet get dirty, right? So, it was custom back then. You go to somebody's house as a guest, a servant would come and wash your feet. Well, Jesus and his disciples at the Last Supper, where they were in a random room, they didn't have any servants. And it didn't seem to occur to any of them they could wash their own feet, let alone each other's. Because you remember, they were all too busy arguing about who was going to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, right? Well, it was at that point that the preacher made a comment about the disciples that struck me. He said they had proud hearts and dirty feet. And I thought, wow, that's a great song title. Well, of course, if you got a great song title, you need a great song to go with it, right? So I wrote one. And this is it. Proud hearts and dirty feet. We walked into the upper room around about 6:30. We'd been walking all day long. We were hot and tired and dirty. We looked for someone to wash our feet, but there was no one around. The room was rented, we were on our own. There were no servants to be found, and so with proud hearts and dirty feet, we sat down and began to eat. No one moved out of their seat with our proud hearts and dirty feet. We sat and ate with our smelly feet, and I got irritated. Why is there never a servant around? Life is just so complicated. I thought that maybe I could wash my own feet and not be such a jerk. But I am a disciple, I'm too important. Why should I do the dirty work? And so with proud hearts and dirty feet, we continue to sit and eat. No one moved out of their seat with our proud hearts and dirty feet. After dinner, he got up, removed his outer garment, wrapped a towel around his waist, and without a word or comment, he knelt down and washed my feet, and I felt so ashamed. Then I saw what he was teaching me. There were some new rules to this game, and so with clean feet and a humble heart, I learned to play the servant's part. And maybe I learned not to be so smart with my clean feet and a humble heart. Ask him for clean feet and a humble heart. Stop trying to be so smart. Learn to play the servant's part. He'll bring you clean feet